Right, it's the Tuesday after Scale Model World at Telford 2017. Took some time to recover yesterday as it was quite a hard weekend on the L-clad stand. Thanks to everybody who came to visit us. We had a great weekend. Hope you all enjoyed it as much as we did. So today we're going to be having a look at a company that I don't know. They are based in Latvia. It's Copper State Models. Now, anybody knows me and what I build, this will be completely out of my comfort zone. It's a biplane with rigging, and this will be built. Now, I was given this model to sample and to do a review and build from Mr. Edgar Limpish, who's the director of Copper State Models based in Latvia. I had a chance to look at some of the runners on their stand at Telford and was very impressed. I've been very careful not to look in the box to see what we've got, so everything that I see will be for the first time as well. So we'll start straight away. We've got some beautiful artwork by Antonis Leonidas of the Armstrong Whitworth FK8. It's the mid-production version. They do an early and mid and late production of this particular aircraft. Now, from what I led to believe, this is a completely multimedia kit. So we should have resin, we should have photo-etch. Honestly, I don't know what to expect. Like I said, I've just seen the sprue callouts or the sprue shots at Telford, so when I opened the box, it's the first time I've ever seen it. So the box straight away, we've got the 1/48 scale Armstrong Whitworth FK8 mid-production British World War II aeroplane, and this is the premium edition. Like I say, beautiful artwork. And on the side of the box we have our different type or different markings. We've got Alan McLeod, we've got number 39 squadron, Alan McLeod number 2 squadron, we've got number 39 squadron, we've got number 2 squadron, and this is the one that I will be doing because I love that, and we've got number 35 squadron. So they're beautiful markings, nothing much in the box. So your code is CSM 1030 Premium, and on the side we've got our usual stuff. The box contains a multimedia unassembled scale model, which is fine, that's what we're looking for. So here we go. Right, so first into the box. Right, okay, so we've got a very strong box with a lid on top, which is great, and again a picture of your aircraft. A very nice box, and we're straight into it. So I'll just put this to one side. Get the instructions. Ooh, nice. And the first thing you're going to notice is these beautiful instructions. Glossy, all colour, a nice bit of information about the aircraft, which is what we all like to see. It's made to look like a book, and it looks great. So where are we? So this is fantastic. What a layout. This is a step up compared to a lot of the big producers, manufacturers in our hobby. It looks absolutely gorgeous. We've got our sprue callouts with nothing blanked off, so I presume that we use everything for the kit. So we've got decals, we've got white metal exhaust, I presume they're white metal. We've got a resin engine and 3 Photo-etch sheets with an acetate sheet for the windscreen. Fabulous. And then you've got your colours, basic colours. You use your own colours. Obviously I'll be using Alclad. Get most of those out of those. Obviously the leather, light wood being possible. Battleship grey, got that. Dark wood, white, rubber and grey. Yeah, we got most of those. So we should be okay for the colours and whatever one you want to make it in. So presumably we're starting off with the cockpit, and this looks like the joystick, or what we would call the flight stick, going down with bits of Photo-etch going in and looking absolutely gorgeous. I love these the way these colours are. It makes things so much easier to use. Then we come on with the guns. I think there's 2 on this one. I'm not 100% sure. Nope, just the one on the right hand side or left hand side. And again, PE on top of plastic, which is absolutely fine. More PE for the box at the rear, looking great. Side walls of the pit, even tells you at the top fuselage and cockpit. What more do we want? Got to drill a small hole on the side, which is no problem. Just remember to do that when you build it, if you do build it. Coming down for the fuel tank. Photo-etch for the base of the cockpit, which is again is lovely. Going through different colours. We've got, this is a fantastic piece. Again, I'm very impressed with this. We've got rolls of armament, or rolls of bullets, rolls of cannon shells. I presume they're bullets in those days. Looking absolutely lovely. PE for the seat and the harnesses. Of course, Second World War, they were very basic lap harnesses. Lovely job, that looks really, really nice. We come back and we're putting all the little boxes in. 2 boxes for your armament, your seat going in, and then all the colouring going on. Now I like this idea. We do that and then they tell you to actually do the colours. Obviously we'll be painting all this in probably that beige buff colour, interior colour first, and then picking out all this extra, or masking up that, and then spraying all the others colours. P handles, I presume that's a trim ring with the rigging. Another hole to be drilled, and then showing you the whole thing put together. Looks lovely. Back to the fuselage and cockpit again. We have PE going in there again. Small parts going in the windscreen with the acetate. We have got PE on the instrument panel, and also it's asking you to use CA glue, obviously for those, after you've done the decal. Fine. And then we just drop a bit of clear into each one of these, or a bit of aqua gloss into each one of these to make it look like a glass finish. More on the front, on the cockpit area. Again, more PE, looking lovely. Back to the fuselage, which are the strainers on the side, on the left hand side of the cockpit. Coming down to the rear, the tail. And we all know we've got these are going to be for. Lots of rigging. Something that I don't do very often, or I've never done before in my life. This is the first, so it'll be great. Again, the wings going on, or the lower wing going on. Now all the PE parts are individually numbered, and we have all the PE parts for the rigging on the wings. These are for the stanchions, which hold the wings together. All looking lovely. And we come to more PE. This is a lot of PE in this, but it looks of it. Photo-etch, which is great. So the top wing coming down onto that, and we'll do our rigging in between. Then we have what looks like a gorgeous engine, and we need to make some push rods out of wire. We've got plenty of wire here, so we can do that. So this is all resin. You can do a plastic one or a resin one. Obviously I'm going to do the resin. It's looking absolutely lovely. So we're going through it and back into the engine compartment with more rigging. I was actually telling you how to do the rigging, which is nice. Lots more PE going in, making sure the alignment is correct, the engine fitting in itself. Then we're on to undercarriage, and I would think that's a primer tank for the engine. Then the wheels going together. Again, I love the way they set these out. So much, it makes everything ping out at you and look good. We've got more PE. This kit is all PE, and the undercarriage going on. Carolling radiators and exhaust. Part 8. So we've got a metal exhaust for premium set, which is there. We'll find that in the kit later, hopefully. More going on. We've got this part that goes over the side of the aircraft going in. To be honest, I don't know what it's for. I presume it's a strengthening part. More PE on the front, which is going to be the nose. So this is going to be interesting. So a lot of it's going to be PE or Photo-etch and looking lovely. You got the Lewis gun at the rear. Again, more PE going in everywhere you look on this kit. So it's going to be a very, very highly detailed when you're finished. The Lewis gun is all finished and set up. There's the ring. We've got bombs and propellers to go on it as well underneath the wing. These look like all plastic items. You've got to make your bomb rack up, which is fine. We've got the pitot tube, and then we come on to the propeller. The guys at Copper State have done a beautiful picture of how to do the rigging. Makes things so much easier. Shouldn't be any issues whatsoever. And the paint and colour markings and the call outs for the decals looking absolutely lovely as per usual. The one we're going to be doing is number 2 squadron. It looks like the RAF dark green on the top with a buff colour underneath. Again, very, very nicely done, showing all the different markings, looking lovely. As for a start, what can you say? There's some other ones that they've got out here at the moment. The Dolphin, the Cauldron Hydravian, whatever you Hydravian, and the Armstrong Whitworth, which is one we're going to make. So they're fairly new on the market, and it's the first kit I've seen of theirs, so let's have a look and see what we got. A single sheet of decals. I'm going to get them out because it's a sealed bag, just to have a look. And we've got no issues at all, I know, with the decals. I've just seen how they're printed. Printed by Cartograph. Fabulous. We know they're going to go down. We know they're going to be lovely. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Fantastic. Brilliant. Nothing more with those. There's no need to go any further on those. They're printed by Cartograph. They are the best of the lot. So fantastic. So we have 3 really nice pieces of Photo-etch, and they're all branded Copper State, which, if this is how they're going to be going, I mean, you can see how thin they are. There's nothing to them, which is absolutely amazing. All the little bits for the rigging are there. Everything is in there. They're all done absolutely lovely. Again, this says it's a spare fret A. There's a couple of parts there. We'll have to go through that later. That does look really, really nice. And fret B. Again, looking superb, ever so thin, ideal for what we're looking at. For the size, obviously, even though it's 148, being First World War, everything's still very, very small. We've got the small window or the acetate for the front screen. I'm not going to get it out, it's just a small piece of acetate, so that'll be fantastic. We've got a very small decaling sheet for some markings, looking absolutely gorgeous. Now we come to, first of all, we've got the metal exhausts, which are deeply drilled, which is fantastic. So I'm gonna get this out because it'd be nice to have a good look at it. Very, very light. It's not white metal, I don't know what it is, but I'll take some photographs at the end of this video, close up, so you can see the detail on there. The detail is absolutely incredible for the size of the part. The bearing round the exhaust baffle, the welding, that's an amazing little piece. Again, like I said, I'll do some photographs at the end and run them through the end of the video, and I'll be able to show you a bit more better. I'll be able to show you exactly what I mean by the amount of detail that's just on that exhaust alone. Right, we've got some resin in here. Let's have this out. It looks like there's no taking it off. All the resin is cast. There's a little tiny bit of flash on there, but nothing to worry about. That'll soon go with a quick swipe. Some tiny little pieces on there, but highly detailed. Pistons, looking absolutely beautiful. The block, the engine block itself, highly detailed and looking incredible. A tiny amount of cleanup on this, and you're going to have yourself a fantastic looking engine. Which way do these go up? They go in there. There's just a little bit of sanding at the bottom there. That's going to fit together perfect. But the resin and the PE is going to make this kit without the plastic. So you know, you've got yourself a complete multimedia kit. Everything looks beautifully moulded. Like I said, there's a little tiny bit of what I would call rough flash on the engine, but nothing that won't clean up with a couple of swipes with a sanding stick. Keep all that together nicely. Then we're into the plastic. So we've got 4 sprues of plastic, all individually wrapped. Well done, Copper State and Edgar. Brilliant. So, as I said, I'm opening this up for the first time. Now, we do have the engine here, and to say the plastic engine is as good as any engine that I've ever seen produced in plastic, the detail, the crispness of the mouldings, you got bits on the back to clean up, ejector marks, but for the quality of the plastic, now you can probably hear it's a hard plastic, not quite as thick as Tamiya, definitely on a par with Edwards or Edards, whatever you like to call it, and looking absolutely superb. All the stitch marks for the fabric are all there. looking at everything else on here, it looks gorgeous. All the sink marks apart from the engine, which we're not going to use anyway, are completely out of the way. They've used external ejector pins to get rid of all excuse me, external ejector pins to get rid of everything inside. The wings, having a look at those, very nicely moulded again, extremely nicely done. No flash anywhere on either of these last two sprues. I say everything is small, but that's the size of the models. If you can see here, we could quite easily pose the tail. You can quite easily pose the ailerons if you wish to. Everything's in there. Just if you know the model who'll go that extra piece will make this look absolutely stunning. The fuel tank, again, everything is fantastic. There is no ejector pin marks on any of this. It feels quite solid. It feels, how can I put it? I'd put it as a midway plastic between Airfix and Tamiya. It is beautifully done, and it is, everything is, I don't know if you can hear that, but everything is done and it is as hard as nails, so it's going to take glue very nicely. And the underneath of that fuselage section is beautiful with the ribbon, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I'm not a World War I modeler. I'm comparing it with World War II aircraft that I've built, but this is just absolutely awesome. There are some marks in the plastic, but the paint will cover these up, so it's not an issue. Right, we have two smaller sprues. I presume they're exactly the same as each other, which, yep, they're a double up. We've got the bombs all moulded in one piece. We have a slight bit of burring here, but nothing what I would ever concern myself with. The wheels look lovely and good. They look absolutely brilliantly moulded. No burring on those wheels to take off at all. Yes, you've got the ejector pins to take off, but a couple of swipes with a really soft, a well used sand and sponge will take them off without ruining the tyres. We've got the ejector rack, the bomb ejector racks. But those bombs are absolutely gloriously moulded. Everything is done so finely. The detail is very fine. So that's it. So we got, where is it? We're talking Copper State models, Armstrong Whitworth FK8 mid-production version premium. Catalogue number or part number is CSM 1030 premium. From what I can see of it, if you're a World War I modeler, go out and buy one. I'm not sure of the price, but they look absolutely fabulous. I'm looking forward to it. So again, thanks to Edgar from Copper State Models for the kit. We'll get that built. I've got a Tomcat and a Skyhawk to finish, and then I'm straight into this because I can't wait for something different. Right, there you go. Thanks for watching, and photographs to follow.